Our final race of the first block, and it's one of the big ones. Pitbike stock 140, some of the biggest names in British mini bikes, headed by Ben Lord with the 42.4, Ryan Tyers in second, Jim Lovell third, Dominic Herbertson qualifying fourth from Mick Lord and Ben Klukas. Seventh place was Dan Merrin, eighth for Ryan Clark, ninth Ed Peed, 10th was Kai Jones from Shane Hopkins and Chris Heimers, 13th for Matt Lockyer, Tom Stanford in 14th, Ben Ray, 15th position from Reese Peacock, Adam Jamieson and Greg Stretch in 18th position, Chris Edwards, Darren Hall 20th, Simon Patterson, Nathan Gardner, Jake Marsh and Sean Betton in 24th position. And that is the Pitbike stock 140 Group A lineup. Some of the most established names in British mini bikes lining up now. This is the final race of the first block. We go through it all again, of course, to round out the afternoon. So still plenty of action here on Alpha Live at round number 2 of the Rich Energy British Mini Bikes Championship here at Lydd in Kent. On this wonderful sunny afternoon, there's been some great racing all through the first block, and we hope you enjoy the second block, which will be coming up very shortly indeed, of course. And if you're joining us from the morning coverage of the British 24-hour karting race at Teesside, hope you're enjoying your afternoon coverage here from Alpha Live. Just one rider in a bit of trouble on the formation lap there. There's one or two late starters, so the grid has been held up slightly here, so we're just waiting for these last two riders to make their way onto the line, and I think we're about ready to go. Just checking with the grid marshal. Riders ready, and Group A is about to get underway. Flag will drop, and away they go. Lord on the inside from Ryan Tyers. Ben Lord gets through. There's Tyers in second. Lovell third. Herbertson through, and look how close they are at the back. Some very experienced, aggressive riders there, and they're all fighting for position, but they all seem to get through the first chicane okay. Ben Lord leads them up towards the top corner, and there you see why good starting point. Those riders towards the back, training paint, banging handlebars, but the leaders clearing away at the front now. It's Ben Lord, Ryan Tyers and Jim Lovell breaking away at the front. A three-way tussle for the lead. Trying to stay with them though is Dominic Herbertson and Mick Lord as they go charging through. There we go, 11 laps to go. Ben Lord leads, Ryan Tyers, Jim Lovell, Dom Herbertson, Mick Lord, Ben Klukas in 6th position. Ben Lord with a 44.698 through on that first lap. Good clean first lap of the race though. Ben Lord leads the way just by a touch under half a second. There we see the Trevor Lake just a bit further behind. Dan Merrin currently in 8th place. Ryan Clark, Kai Jones and Ed Peed rounding up the top 10. But the top 3 now, Ben Lord, Ryan Tyers and Jim Lovell, starting to break away. There's Lord leading, Tyers in second, and Ben Lord proudly displaying, of course, the number 1. Ryan Tyers all over the back wheel though as they head towards the next chicane. This tight hairpin. Tyers trying to find a way through, but Ben Lord holds on to the lead in towards the top corner. Let's see what Lord can do here. Ben Lord, clear track in front of him. Ryan Tyers just sussing him out here, trying to find a way through. Oh, has a look down the inside and Lord goes down. The top 2 riders colliding. Racing incident there is straight back onto the bikes. Oh, but I think, it looks like Ben Lord's throttle is stuck or something. The rear wheel still spinning away. Ben Lord and Ryan Tyers appear to be out of the race, but no hard feelings between. It was a racing incident, I would say. Maybe we'll get the chance to look at that again. But the 2 race leaders out of the race. Jim Lovell now takes the lead. Herbertson second, Mick Lord in third, Lucas fourth, Dan Merrin in 5th place. It's all change here. Never any shortage of action in the 140 Group A class. Some of the top riders. And it's all change, of course, now. So Jim Lovell is your new race leader. Dominic Herbertson, Mick Lord up to 3rd. Ben Klukas, Dan Merrin and Ryan Clark in 6th. All very close at the front. Although Jim Lovell has a 1.5 second gap. There is a red flag. The race has been stopped. Now, I don't know what that is for. All the riders seem okay, and there may be possibly some oil on the track. Everyone seems okay. There we see, just walking away, the number 55 of Ryan Tyres and number 1 of Ben Lord. Both those riders okay despite that high-speed tumble. But maybe a case, perhaps some oil on the circuit. Meanwhile, the two riders that collided earlier on, Lord and Tyres going back into the towards the pits. So that race has been stopped. I believe it's due to possibly some fluids on the track, so just making sure the track's clear, and there are some safety barriers dislodged as well. So track crews out of the back of the circuit, just making sure that everything is all clear and safe to race. Tyler Bowers back into the pits as well. He went down. Rider okay, but the bike handlebars certainly look a bit twisted, so it doesn't look like he'll be able to continue in the restart. So red flag is that everyone is okay. No injuries, but just making sure the track is safe and ready to go. But it looks like the riders will be sent out on a reconnaissance lap, I should say. So we are still under red flag conditions. The riders are making their way out for a look at the track. I think everything is okay. No injuries, and the race will restart in a few moments' time. And the Pitbike Stock 140 Group A riders, sponsored by Parker Racing Pitbike Specialist, are making their way down towards the start line for the restart. We have, I believe, 8 laps to go. A couple of crashes out on the track, but red flag out just to make sure the track is safe. There was some damage to the safety barriers, but marshals getting that sorted out quite quickly. Track is safe and ready to go once again. As the riders line up, we're just going to keep an eye on the starter at the back there. Riders, I believe, are ready to go. Here we go then. So restart of Pitbike Stock 140 Group A. 8 laps to the finish. Good start is essential. The reset button has been pressed here, and away we go into the chicane for the first time. And oh, there's some real bar banging in that first corner. Will they get through safely? Yes, they do, just about. Oh, and you see a good start, very important indeed. Everyone jostling for position. Jim Lovell getting a good getaway, and I think is still leading. Dominic Herbertson and Mick Lord are well placed as well. Up to the top corner they go. So the 97 of Lovell leads. Looks like Herbertson second, Lord in third, Ben Klukas in there as well. The 108 of Kai Jones is also well placed, but there's the 97 of Jim Lovell down towards the hairpin for the first time. Dominic Herbertson is right on his tail in second place. Round the final corner they go. Lovell leads. Nothing at all between them though. It's Herbertson second, Lord in third, Ryan Clark with a good start. He moves on to fourth place. Ben Klukas, Dan Merrin, Kai Jones in there, Reese Peacock, Ed Peed and Chris Heimers. I got a shout out from Ian Baldy earlier on YouTube for Kai Jones. Let's go on Kai Jones, and he's doing well actually. He's had a good start in this restarted Group A race, and Kai Jones up to 7th place on the number 108. Jim Lovell down the back straight, through the hairpin, and Dominic Herbertson though all over the rear wheel of Lovell here. Can't find a way through, cuts in tightly on the exit of the hairpin to try and get some drive down the straight, but not quite long enough, and Lovell holds on. The start of the lap here a bit more technical. Through the hairpin they go. Lovell leads, Herbertson second, Lord still watching in third place up towards the top corner. Furthest point away from the start. Now they wind their way back down the back straight. And this really fast series of corners is SS style here. They go right, left, right again. Lucas there, Merrin, there's Kai Jones, the 108 just behind. Trevor Later, Dan Merrin, Ed Peed, Reese Peacock. And Chris Heimers in there as well. Chris Edwards, Matt Lockyer, Ben Ray, Reese Stevenson and Shane Hopkins. Also well placed. 8 laps to go. And this Group A race is very close indeed, as Jim Lovell still leads the way. Herbertson second. And at the moment, Dominic Herbertson looks a bit quicker at the start of the lap. 1/1000 of a second separating Jim Lovell and Dominic Herbertson last time round. Lovell with the fastest lap of the race, 43.461. Pretty much identical pace though with the second place rider. Dominic Herbertson, the top two now pulling away from Mick Lord, 1.2 seconds down in third. Herbertson trying to get down the inside into the hairpin, but not quite enough room to go for the pass. Lovell carries the speed around that final corner. And again, they're almost identical lap times there. 0.06 of a second between first and second place. Very tense battle here at the front. Lovell leading, Herbertson second. Herbertson trying to find an opening into the top corner, has a look down the inside, but oh, he got high-sided slightly there, loses a little bit of ground. And again, with these smaller bikes, you just lose the power sometimes, lose the momentum, and you can see just how much Jim Lovell has pulled away. Mick Lord still there in third. Ryan Clark, Ben Clucas, Dan Merrin, Kai Jones make their way through. Ed Peed in there as well. The 1-2-3 of Reece Stevenson goes through. Reece Peacock, Chris Hymers, Matt Lockyer, Ben Ray, Chris Edwards all a bit further down the field now. Shane Hopkins and Adam Jamieson in there as well from Simon Patterson. 5 laps to go in the restarted 140 Group A. And of course, Ben Lord and Ryan Tyers dropping out of contention early in this race in a spectacular crash. Racing into them, both riders okay. But this throws it wide open, really. Jim Lovell leads the way, and Dominic Herbertson with that small mistake going for the lead, just dropping a little bit of time. The action just on the edge of the top 10, very close there. We see, I think that was Chris Edwards in there, Adam Jamieson. All battling for position here. Ben Ray in there as well, Shane Hopkins and Greg Stretch on the number 19, just a bit further behind. Currently in 17th place, Simon Patterson. Still as you were at the front though. Jim Lovell leads from Dominic Herbertson, Mick Lord in third, Ryan Clark, Ben Clucas. And here's the battle on the edge of the top 10, making their way through. Matt Lockyer, Ben Ray, Hopkins, Jamieson, Stretch and Chris Edwards, all very close indeed with 4 laps to go. Up through the hairpin they go, and it's Lockyer, Ray, Hopkins, very close indeed. Battles throughout the field in this Group A race, some of the most experienced riders in this British Minibike series. There's the 29 of Reece Peacock with Chris Hymers and Matt Lockyer in there as well. Oh, ride it down, and the S's. I'll pick up the number, I think, well, pick it up on the lap chart. It may possibly have been no, it's not Reece Peacock, he's just gone through. I think that's Shane Hopkins that went down on that S's section. The rider okay, and the track is clear. Leaders go charging through that part of the track now. So Shane Hopkins dropping out of contention, 2 laps to go. And still very close at the front between Jim Lovell and Dominic Herbertson, who are just going past the finish line now. This midfield battle still very close indeed with 2 laps to go. There is the 4th place rider, Ryan Clark, just behind Mick Lord, who's just gone through in 3rd. There's the battle for 4th. Ryan Clark and Ben Clucas, very close indeed. There's the 84 of Clucas, Reece Stevenson, Dan Merrin, Ed Peed and Kai Jones just a bit further behind. And here we see the leaders, 1.5 laps to go, and Jim Lovell has led pretty much the entire race. Dominic Herbertson we saw get very close a few laps ago, but couldn't quite pull the move off. Now he's back with Lovell with just over 1 lap to go. Here they come around the final corner. Last lap board goes out for our 2 leaders. Jim Lovell leads the way. Herbertson with the fastest lap of the race, 43.279. He's having one last go to snatch the victory. Let's see what he can do. They go through the chicane and the tight hairpin up towards the top corner. Herbertson. Now this is where he tried and it didn't come off last time, but just staying on the back wheel of Lovell. Down the back straight they go. Through the S's corners here now. Let's see if Herbertson can find a gap as they can make their way down towards the final few corners. Herbertson's got to get his penultimate corner correct to try and get a drive down the inside. Here they come into the hairpin for the final time. Herbertson having a look, but Lovell has got the line, and taking the checkered flag is the 97 of Jim Lovell in that very close race. Dominic Herbertson comes through in 2nd position, and in the battle of the 3rd it looks like it's going to be Mick Lord. Good sportsmanship between the 2 riders there. Jim Lovell and Dominic Herbertson. Here they come, the rest of the top 10. Dan Merry and Ed Peed go through. Kai Jones cruising through just a bit further behind in 9th place. Reese Peacock and Chris Hymers go through. So plenty of drama in Pitbike stock 140 Group A. That concludes the first block of racing, but stay with us of course, because we go right through to our second group of races, starting with the Mini GP riders and Junior Supermoto in just a few moments time.